6 moves of the spine, cross-legged. Now you might already know that I'm not a huge fan of starting the class cross-legged. You might start them down on their backs or their bellies and then bring them up for a seated warm-up, which could be aided by a prop. Here's how I would sit on a block. I flip it onto its lowest height and put it underneath my sitting bones. Here's the back view. This lets my knees come down at or below the level of my hips. A bolster works well too. We'll start with a seated twist. This can be as simple as moving into a seated twist, or you can pulse with the breath. Inhale would lift your arms, exhale would cross you over, inhale up, exhale down. Eventually you'll stay on one side and add a side bend by taking your arm up and over the opposite knee. You could turn your face down, you could turn your face up, you could play with bending your elbow to support the neck here. Eventually, this top arm will cross over toward the opposite thigh. You've made an X in front of your chest. Big stretch for the upper back. You can drop your chin down to add to that stretch. Maybe move your head around a little bit. With an inhalation, lift your arms up, interlace your fingers, flip the palms up, and now you have almost like a finger trap toy sensation where you're pulling your fingers away from each other. Helps to activate along the tops of the arms. It feels like a lot more work than it might look like. Big breath in. With an exhalation, you can tip to the back of your sitting bones, press your hands forward, drop your chin down. Again, another upper back stretch. Then you'll inhale, lift your arms up. Exhale, take your hands behind you. Now, if your fingers don't naturally interlace in a way that would let you straighten your elbows most of the way, you might hold your wrists or just hold your elbows behind your back. Strap here would, of course, be a wonderful idea. This back bend might include lifting your gaze up or even tipping your chin up if it feels okay. Another option is to take the heels of your hands to your low ribs and squeeze your elbows together behind you. Good. After a few breaths here, you'll take your hands together and lean them to one side waist. Tuck your elbow in and lean your ear over your shoulder. So the arm that's crossing behind your back is the side that's getting stretched. We're stretching along the top of the neck. To add in that stretch, you might turn your chin down or your face up or move your head around in any way that feels good. When you switch sides, also switch the cross of your fingers so the opposite pinky winds up on the outside and drop your ear over your shoulder.